Yes guys, it's Jando. Today we're going to be looking at some more jump up basses. So yeah, let's jump straight into the sounds. This is the track that we're working with, and I'll show you the sounds afterwards. But yeah, here's the track.
A mental patient who escaped last night.
So yeah, that's the track. I'm also just going to quickly promote a sample pack that I'm releasing right now as this video's being released over on my Soundcloud. It's a free jump up bass sample pack if you want to go over and grab that. But yeah, let's jump straight into the sounds. So the two sounds that we're going to be looking at from this track here is this one, and we're also going to be looking at this one here. So yeah, let's just jump straight into this one here. I'm going to duplicate this and we'll start a fresh patch. We've got a fresh serum patch here, and we're going to start off by turning on the sub oscillator and oscillator B. We're going to drop the sub -1 octaves, and we're going to turn the level all the way down. And we're also going to turn the level all the way down on oscillator B. We're going to turn the random down on both oscillator A and B, and then we're going to go head over to digital, and then we're going to go down to FFT adds seconds. On oscillator B, we're going to go over to analog, and we're going to go on to basic MG. We're going to go over to wavetable position 36, and then on this one we're going to go over to wavetable position 86. We're also going to turn on the FM from B on this one, and we're going to assign LFO1 to the wavetable position and also the FM from B. We're going to bring this back all the way to about 5 on the wavetable position, and we're going to pull this back to about 30. Next we're going to turn on our filter, which is going to be PHS 48+. I'm going to push the cutoff up here to about 2.8k. Then we're going to push the res up as well to about 75, let's say 80%. That's the sound that we have so far. We just turn the post-processing off. Next we're going to put LFO1 onto the sub and pull that back to 75%, and then we're going to head into the FX tab. In the FX tab we're going to do hyperdimension, distortion, compression and filter. For the hyperdimension we're going to drop the mix here, and we're going to put this mix here to about 15%, and then this one is going to be slightly lower. We're going to do this at about 6%. The distortion we're going to do stomp box as usual, and we're going to leave it as is. For the compressor we're going to turn on the multiband, and we're going to push the gain up to probably about 9 dB, and we're going to leave this as is as well. Next for the filter we're going to go down, and we're going to go PHS 48+ again. We're going to pull the cutoff back to about 13 Hz, and we're going to push the res all the way up to about 70. And that's it for the FX. Now let's make our shape. We're going to chuck this on envelope. We're going to push this to 1.8, and then we're going to make a little ramp shape just like this. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to move on to the post-processing now. So in the post-processing we've got Camel Crusher and Decapitator, pretty standard as usual, nothing crazy going on with these two. Then we've got our fab filter here. This is just adding a lot of stereo width, but we've got a quite low mix. We've also got another fab filter here, but we've got it. This is for the kind of the intro teasing one, so that doesn't matter for this. And then we've got a frequency shifter, which is kind of creating this whole sound. If we take this to 0, still a pretty nice sound, but not as like froggy and grotty So yeah, frequency shifted there at negative 400 hertz. We've got an EQ taken off that low end. We're compressing, and then we've got a bit of tau reverb. Now again, the tau reverb is just automated. Actually, it's not automated on this, so no, we're not actually using the tau reverb on this patch. But normally with tau reverb, I just automate the wet so that it kind of drags up as the next one comes in. Adds a bit of like a whoosh into the next one. But yeah, that's the patch. Go back into here. The other thing that you might need to change is the octave on oscillator A and B. They both need to be -1 as well, which I forgot to mention before. But yeah, that is the patch. Let's move on to this one here now. So for this one, it's it's actually really basic what we're doing. So we're just going to do basic shapes on this. We're going to do that wavetable position 4 on the square wave and drop that -2. We're going to turn on the noise. We're going to pull this back to about 15%. Then we're going to go ahead and have a look at LFO1. Now for this, we're going to just pull down the random and the level as well. For this, we're going to make a little ramp shape again this side, just like this. We're going to turn it on to trigger, leave it on 1.4 as well, which is fine. Then we're just going to assign LFO1 to that. And then we're going to turn on our filter, which is going to be MG Low 12. We're going to assign our LFO to the cutoff here, and we're going to pull this back slightly, about 63 hertz, and then we're going to pull off back here as well. We're going to push our res up to about 50%, push our drive a little bit. 15 to 20% is fine. And that's it for the filter there. We're also just going to turn on this key tracking button here. That sound already starting to come through, which is really nice. Next, we're going to head over to our FX tab. Now in the FX tab, we're going to do distortion, filter, EQ, and then compression. So for the distortion, we're going to do down sample on this one. We're going to boost this a little bit to probably about 40%, and we're going to leave that as is. For the filter, we're going to do MG Low 6, leave it on that. We're going to pull this back slightly to about 230. We'll push the res up to about 50, 53, 55. We're going to boost that drive a little bit as well. That sound's starting to come through already. For the EQ, we're just going to boost, we're going to pull this cut off, we're going to boost the gain up a fair bit. And then for the Q, we're going to boost that as well. We're going to turn on our multiband here. With the multiband, we're going to push the gain up about 12 and then put the LFO onto it and push that to about 80. Yeah, and then that is pretty much the sound. Obviously, we've got a bit of post going on, but this is me just gain staging a little bit, taking a bit of the, like, mixing it in a little bit, boosting some of the EQ, and putting this fab filter on it for that stereo width. So yeah, it's a super sick sound, proper like similar style, like new school similar style. A lot of people using these kind of froggy, just weird jump up noises at the moment, but they're super sick. But yeah, those are the two patches, and yeah, super sick patches. I've also, like I said before, I just released a free download sample pack, which has got these two basses and then a bunch of other basses in there. So if you want to go grab that, it's for free. It's on my SoundCloud. Yeah, go check that. Nice one.